Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Viviana with today's reading lesson. So I have my big book that's actually small. We're going to go to the paired selection here, Amazing Animal Bodies, which is an informational text as well. It's on page 32. So let's go back to page 32 and find Amazing Animal Bodies. Here we go. And this is by Margaret Bishop. So Margaret Bishop wrote the words, and she probably most likely took the photographs too. You can see that these are real photographs. So that tells us that it's going to be about real information. So an informational text. And when I'm reading this story, I want to connect or think about the other two stories that I read earlier to you this week, Red Eyes or Blue Feathers and Chameleon Chameleon, and see what those have, if you can make a connection with those. What's something that's similar with those two stories and then this story, Amazing Animal Bodies. This scientist studies animals. He finds out how their bodies help them stay alive. Find out what he learns. So earlier this week, we learned about how animals' colors helped them. And now we're gonna learn how their bodies help them. So let's see. Whales live in cold water. They have thick layers of fat to help them keep warm. So they live in cold water, and then they have the thick layers of fat to help keep them warm. Ooh, look at the snowshoe hare. Snowshoe hares have brown fur in the summer. During the snowy winter, the fur turns white. This makes it hard for their enemies to see them. So this snowshoe hare is white. Is it summertime or is it a winter time? Winter, very good. Here we have a chameleon. Ooh, he looks different than our chameleon we read about earlier. He's brown. Chameleons change color to blend into their surroundings too. They can also change colors if they are angry. So what are two reasons that chameleons change colors? That's right, to blend in with their surroundings or to show if they're angry or happy and friendly. Good job. This one says angry, but we remember friendly with the other story. So that was a connection. Good job, boys and girls. Anteaters, look at that anteater. They have long snouts to help them eat. They use their long snouts to reach into the ground and catch ants. How is having a long snout helpful for this anteater? Yeah, it helps them eat the ants. Good job. Here's a camel. Camels can close their nostrils. Do you see how it's closed up? They do that so no sand will go up their noses. Why is that important for a camel? Where do camels live? Yeah, in the desert. So there's lots of sand in the desert. They have those long eyelashes, and then they have nostrils that can close. Very interesting. Now it's your turn to study an animal. A clam has a hard shell. How do you think the shell helps the clam? What do you guys think? Yeah, it might protect them. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a turtle shell. You know, like a turtle can hide inside its shell to protect itself from predators. I think it's really hard to open a clam. Have you guys ever tried it? Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah, so animal bodies help them survive. And we learned that by reading Amazing Animal Bodies, also reading Chameleon Chameleon, and our other story earlier this week, which was Red Eyes or Blue Feathers. So great job, boys and girls, making connections to this week's text.